I have wrestled with access to college practices before a season starts forever. And I'm not saying it needs to be all access the way the NFL is, but it's really cool because I'm an NFL fan. I'm an NFL fanatic, right? And so it's really cool that I can go and see everything that's going on in Cowboys training camp right now, good, bad, and ugly. I can see it. We have fans there. Now they have private periods and things of that sort, but all across the NFL, we have access, right? Nobody's hiding anything. High school football. Do we not all go to scrimmages? Do we not get to see these scrimmages? I remember a few years ago, Arlington Martin did a scrimmage against Denton Geyer before the season even started, and I think they did it. They put it on TV. Like we get all this access at the high school level, and we get a lot of access at the NFL level. We get they go zero dark 30 in college. No scrimmages. I understand you guys don't want to do stuff with other schools. Okay. But we should have certain open periods, not every practice, but throughout the fall and even throughout the spring where we have access to see open periods as fans. What you guys are not these full I'm sorry, but you guys are not these what you're doing isn't so cryptic to where we got to have it under lock and key. That's what your private period stuff is for. But when you play in a preseason game, you're running base stuff anyway. How do you feel about that with college? Because it's the only level of football where they just lock everything away until the season starts. And that's why we're here guessing on so much stuff.
So I don't like it just from a standpoint of, fans should be allowed to. It gets them way more excited for the season. Like you said, you don't need to see every single practice, but like once every other week they have a practice open to the fans. But I think from the coaching side, I think they just don't like having people there because they have to change the way they coach. A lot of times, like if you see a coach in real life, they're assholes to their players. They are and
especially in a practice setting.
Yeah, right. In a practice setting, but you can't be that way when there's like 6-year-old kids standing 15 feet away from you. So it's not as effective from a coaching side to have fans there, just free access to the team. But if they had it like it once every other week, that date that hey, this is the BS practice that we're just doing walkthroughs where I'm not going to rip these kids apart. So I mean, I'm with you. I wish that they did have scrimmages, like even if they did the spring practice, like the spring games. I would love them to have scrimmages as opposed to playing against other teams. I mean, as opposed to playing playing themselves.
It's the only level of football where they NFL. They do joint practices with whoever's close to you regionally. Somebody said, yeah, Corey said we can see Cowboys practice from our couch. But you know what else I can see? I can see Eagles practice from my couch. I can see what I'm talking about right now is not exclusive to Texas. I'm talking about the state of college football.
Oh yeah, it's right? Across the board.
Like Lincoln Riley, look at that shit he did last year when the student reporter wanted to record something and they put up the tarp. He went full blown zero dark 30 on the media, right? Like no access, no anything, blah, blah, blah. And my other thing is this, right? Like we have all these guys we're excited to see. And then sometimes they come out and we're puzzled as to why somebody's starting. We're puzzled as to how this person ended up in the lineup because we didn't see how the coaches got there, right? We didn't see anything. At least sometimes, like with the Cowboys, for example, I can see TJ Vasher cooking one of my corners. So I can understand, okay, when the depth chart comes out, it makes sense as to why this guy is here and how TJ Vasher's performing. Like you're seeing people. I saw a Falcons highlight. God bless some random brother from Bethune Cookman out there getting mossed into oblivion by Kyle Pitts. God bless him. But that was on Twitter. Like it's just like, yo, this is football. It happens. One guy made an amazing play, the other guy got mossed. And shout out to my HBCUs. I'm not trying to throw any slander at Bethune Cookman. But I'm just saying, like, I saw the guy out there getting just baked. That's football, though. That happens at the high school level. And Trey, you're talking about talking to the kids and coaches being assholes. Were coaches not assholes in high school? Are we forgetting what high school practices? How reckless stuff gets in high school practices? I've been at high school scrimmages against other high schools where they just started wrecking. So let's not act like football is all of a sudden totally different in college than it is at the level beneath it and the level beyond it. That's my whole. Yeah, we
Yeah.
want to be nosy, Tracy. I want to know
Yes.
what's going
Yes.
on.
You do.
We're the one funding the operation. We're the one watching this stuff. This is still entertainment. Like we should have access. I'm not saying it needs to be complete open access like the NFL. It's a totally different thing. But there needs to be more open periods so that people can see Quinn throw. Even if it's just run your base stuff. Let's see them go through 2-minute drill. That's how they look. Who cares if they record it?
I don't want them going through. I don't want them recording the 2-minute drill.
I'm saying though, if I see everyone going through their 2-minute drill, I'm not saying then it's like I'm not saying we should be the only team with open access and everybody else is still under lock and key. But I do know that what Ohio State did, I think it was in the spring. Somebody can correct me in the comments. But when Ohio State let their fans into the bubble and I think they even sold tickets for it. I don't even think it was free. But they let people come into the bubble and they had half the practice open to the public until they went to private to work on certain things. But they did all their drills. They did pass skeleton. They did some goal line work. People got to see a lot of stuff in that bubble. Anyway, that was the last thing I wanted to rant about. So